Voynichados, welcome to my channel where we explore the mysteries of the Voynich Manuscript. I'm excited to share with you my personal journey towards deciphering this enigmatic document, and to keep you updated with my latest efforts towards that goal. In today's video, we'll be discussing a fascinating topic that I've been working on recently, analyzing word endings in the Voynich Manuscript using the JP system and the EVA digitization. We'll explore how this analysis can help us identify outliers and potentially uncover clues towards solving the manuscript's mysteries. But before we dive into the details, let me give you a brief overview of the Voynich Manuscript for those who may not be familiar with it. The Voynich Manuscript is a handwritten book, carbon dated to the early 15th century, that is filled with illustrations and text in an unknown script and language. Scholars have been trying to decipher it for centuries, but so far, no one has been able to fully decode it. Now, let's get started with our analysis of word endings in the Voynich Manuscript using the JP system and the EVA digitization. In this section, I'll explain the methodology I've been using to decode the Voynich Manuscript. My approach is based on the JP system, which stands for Japanese Phonetic System. The JP system is a phonetic transcription system that I devised, that represents Voynichese using sounds from Japanese. To digitize the transcriptions, I've been using the good old FSG digitization scheme, and now, I'm using EVA. EVA stands for European Voynich Alphabet, and it was developed by the Voynich researcher René Zaberger. The EVA scheme assigns a unique symbol to each character in the Voynich manuscript, allowing us to easily compare and analyze different transcriptions. By using the JP system and EVA digitization, I'm able to analyze the patterns and structures in the Voynich manuscript in a more systematic way. In the next section, I'll explain how I've been using these tools to identify recurring word endings in the text. In order to decode the Voynich manuscript, we need to analyze the word endings and look for outliers. Using the JP system and EVA digitization, we can rank word endings based on their occurrence midline or as a line ending. By analyzing the data gathered from the previous section, we have identified several outliers in word endings that occur more frequently than others. These include nesse, EVA am, which is lower on midline endings than expected. Since it ends lines more often than not, it would mean that it ends ideas. Name, EVA al, which is less so lower on midline endings than expected. Rame, EVA ol, which is a little higher on midline endings than expected. It would mean that it is detrimental to mid-sentence word endings. Memwa, EVA li, which is lower on midline endings than expected. Since it ends lines more often than not, it would mean that it ends ideas. Emma, EVA rai, which is way lower on midline endings than expected. Since it ends lines more often than not, it would mean that it ends ideas. Nama, EVA ey, which is way higher on midline endings than expected. At first glance, it would mean that it is detrimental to mid-sentence word endings. Rae, EVA which is way higher on midline endings than expected. It would mean that it is detrimental to mid-sentence word endings. Tima, EVA tai, which is a little lower on midline endings than expected. Since it ends lines more often than not, it would mean that it ends ideas. We will now take a closer look at each of these outliers and their potential significance in decoding the Voynich manuscript. Look carefully at the table on screen. At first glance, EVA endings, am, li, rai, tai, seem to finish ideas, while EVA endings, ol, ey, or, seem to be mid-idea. One way to draw conclusions would be to classify the results based on morphology. Thus, we are supposed to conclude that li, rai, tai, and ey are supposed to finish ideas, with their y ending, while ol, or ot, and o are supposed to be mid-idea, with their beginning with o. There is no reason to draw conclusions for am, since it is a clear outlier which doesn't provide any morphological clues. In the next videos, I will introduce some good stems that make use of the mid-idea word endings and try to draw conclusions from there. Now that we have identified these outliers in word endings, we can begin to explore what their potential implications might be for decoding the manuscript. Unless we thoroughly study sentence syntax, which we will deal with in future videos, let's just speculate for now. One possibility is that these word endings could be used to indicate certain subjects or themes within the text. For example, the frequent use of nesse, EVA am, could indicate a particular topic or character that appears frequently throughout the manuscript. Similarly, the use of name, eva al, or rame, eva ol, could suggest the presence of a specific concept or idea that is being emphasized in the text. Another possibility is that these word endings could be part of a larger code or cipher within the manuscript. By examining the context in which these word endings appear, we may be able to uncover patterns or clues that could help us decipher the overall message of the manuscript. Finally, it is also possible that these outliers are simply the result of linguistic patterns or quirks of the language used in the manuscript. By studying these patterns, we may be able to gain a better understanding of the language itself, which could help us decode other parts of the manuscript as well. Overall, the identification of these outliers in word endings is an important step in the ongoing effort to decode the Voynich manuscript. By continuing to analyze these patterns and exploring their potential implications, we may be able to uncover new insights and ultimately unlock the secrets of this mysterious text. Now, while analyzing the word endings of the Voynich manuscript may be one way to decode it, we can also broaden our perspectives by looking at other fields of study that may help us in solving the mystery. One field that I have been exploring is the study of constructed languages or conlangs. Conlangs are fictional languages that are constructed by enthusiasts for various purposes such as artistic expression, linguistic experimentation, and even for use in movies and TV shows. By studying conlangs, we can gain insights into the rules and patterns that govern language construction. This knowledge can be applied to the Voynich manuscript by helping us identify patterns and structures that may be hidden within the text. Another field that we can explore is the art of world building. World building is the process of creating fictional worlds, often for use in literature, gaming, or film. By delving into the art of world building, we can learn how to create coherent and consistent systems that govern fictional worlds. This knowledge can be applied to the Voynich manuscript by helping us understand the underlying logic that governs the text. Overall, by broadening our perspectives and exploring other fields of study, we can gain valuable insights that may help us in decoding the Voynich manuscript. As we wrap up this video, it's important to note that decoding the Voynich manuscript remains a challenging task, and there is no one-size-fits-all approach to solving it. However, as we have seen, using innovative methodologies such as the JP system and EVA digitization, combined with a broad perspective, can shed new light on this mystery. We have also learned the importance of looking at outliers in word endings and how they can potentially reveal insights into the language used in the manuscript. Finally, we've discussed the importance of maintaining an open mind and exploring related fields, such as conlangs and world building, to gain new perspectives and ideas that can be applied to decoding the Voynich manuscript. It's important to keep pushing the boundaries of knowledge and exploring new avenues in order to make progress towards solving this enigmatic text. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to sharing more insights with you in the future.